Shalom, אני אוויר, and I'm here to help you with your Hebrew. So, what do we have today? So today, I'm here to talk about vocabulary and memorization. Okay, because Hebrew, unlike other languages, has a certain method, okay, that helps you memorize words. Because everybody knows that any language you learn, it's so much of it is just how many words you actually are able to store and how many words you're able to say. Okay, obviously pronunciation is important, grammar is important, but most of your studying is going to be learning vocabulary. Okay, so there's a few methods of learning vocabulary. You drill the word, you hear it, you say it, you hear, you say it, you read it a lot of times. Okay, and that takes time, and it's possible, right? It's sometimes necessary, but it can be tedious and difficult to actually memorize. Okay, so if you want to really memorize words effectively and really fast, what I suggest you do is you take advantage of your memory system. So if you search on YouTube, you'll find that one of the most effective methods of memorizing is connecting anything new you learn to something you've already been taught. Okay, so people do like memory castles, and they connect words to places in their life. Okay, and those are obviously possible, but it's also possible you just connect it to a word you already speak, you already know. Okay, so that's why Latin languages like Spanish and French are easier comparatively to foreign languages, right? Because so many of our vocabulary is almost exactly the same. It's very similar. So they just you connect the words for musique in French to music in English, and it's basically the same. It's so similar. You just connect it back and you got the word. Okay, so you don't need to memorize it even. Okay, so that's what makes it easier. So connect it to something you know. Okay, so how is this connected to Hebrew? Because Hebrew, okay, the more words you know, the more words you're gonna know. So what do I mean by when I say that? Okay, the more words you memorize, okay, the more words you'll be able to connect it to. Because Hebrew, because it is a Semitic language, all of the words, all of the vocabulary is very much connected. Okay, so when you learn one word, you're potentially learning 10 words. Okay, because every word you can use it in so many different ways. Okay, so every one word has 10 possible words connected to it. Okay, so let me give you a concrete example that is going to help you. Okay, so before we get to that, just something about Hebrew. Hebrew is a Semitic language. As a Semitic language, every word has basically 3 main letters, sometimes 4, but mainly 3, and this is what is called the root of the word, the root, the 3 main letters. Okay, so when you're able to find the root, you're able to connect it to another word you may know. So as an example, let's start from the word for weight. Okay, you hear the word weight being said in Hebrew. The word is mishkal. Mishkal, somebody says mishkal. Okay, it's weight. This is a word I want to remember for later. How am I going to do about it? I'm going to write it down, I'm going to memorize. Yeah, obviously, but it's going to take a long time. Okay, so mishkal, how do you remember the word mishkal? So you can remember mishkal means weight. I can use mishkal as weight. So what I suggest you do is the following. So you see, I wrote it down here, mishkal. Okay, mishkal. Okay, mem shin kuf lamed. And when you look at the word mishkal, you can see that shin kuf lamed. Okay, shin kuf lamed, this is the root of the word. These are the main 3 letters. Okay, so shin kuf lamed are the main 3 letters. And shin kuf lamed, what words you may know that have shin kuf lamed? So I say that shekel. Okay, so shin kuf lamed means shekel in Hebrew. And if you've ever been to Israel, you know that that's our currency. Okay, we pay with shekels. Okay, you have a shekel, you have 10 shekels. Okay, that's how we pay. So shekel is obviously, hopefully, something that you already know. Okay, so and by knowing the word for shekel and the word for weight, you may make a connection that's going to help you remember. So what's the connection between weight and shekel? Weight and shekel, okay, in ancient times when you were paying someone, okay, the way they knew how much the shekel was worth was by its weight. Okay, so you would say, oh, obviously shekel was something that was weighed back then. So you have an image of someone, weighing your shekel and telling you how much it's worth. Okay, and by doing this, you have an image, you connect it to a word you already know, then the word mishkal becomes so much easier, because you see the word mishkal, you see shekel, you say, oh, shekel was weighed, okay, you see mishkal, and then it's going to be so much easier to remember this word later on. And this can be done with any word. Let me give you another example. The word for savlanut. סבלנות. So the word for סבלנות in Hebrew means patience. Okay, patient, to be patient. Okay, so סבלנות. And let's take the three main letters. סמך בית למד. Okay, סמך בית למד. סמך בית למד. סבל. Okay, so we get the word סבל or סבל, which means in Hebrew suffering. And just, this is really easy to connect. The dots, right? So סבלנות, patience, is very, very connected to the word for סבל. Okay, which means, yes, exactly, suffering. Okay, so patience and suffering are obviously connected because, being patient is, you suffer a lot while doing it. So suffering and patience are connected. Okay, they are connected. Sevel, okay, suffering is the root of patience. Literally, okay? So, these two are just examples. Okay, so what I want you to do is to find the root. Okay, finding the root means getting rid of all the letters that are, unnecessary. Okay, they're not the most integral three letters, and the integral three letters are the ones that appear in, all the variations of the root. It may be a little shaky, but you'll get the hang of it with time. I won't get into the details of it, but basically you just get rid of the letters at the beginning usually, and the end usually. Yud and Vav are also words that you usually want to get rid of, and that makes it easier to find the main three letters. And then by finding the three main letters, you find the root, and then you can connect it to other words Okay, and this is how Hebrew is structured. Okay, and this, by knowing this, you're gonna make your Hebrew studying process much more enjoyable, interesting, and just more effective, because you can connect it to different words. Plus, you can learn a little linguistic history, if you're interested in the way. So, hope this helps. If it does, please tell me. And בהצלחה, good luck.